Hello, hello, friends. Happy Tuesday evening. I'm going to talk to you today about the imperfect day, Facebook Lives, and I'll answer your questions. So just kind of go easy on me. And we'll see who's up and around here. I know it's a little bit late for some of y'all. Hey, Erin. But y'all, check out behind me. Can you see like how bright it is outside? Is it crazy? It's like 8 something at night. This is one of the many reasons why I love living in Idaho, because it stays really late. So if you have any questions for me about whatever, business, life, whatever you got, post them now. This is actually something that I do inside my 21-day challenge. Once a week, I do an Ask Me Anything, and I always love to see the mixed bag of questions that people give me. So, hey, Karen. So, yeah, you caught me live. Christy said I should go live in the evening, so here I am, Christy. So, y'all can fire away and ask me whatever questions you want. I'll try to go through as many as I can. Carol, you have made it live too. Hooray! So, gosh, friends, today, and someone's wanting to be in my video. I don't know that I can, I'm not sure, like, bringing on guests onto the video. Maybe we'll do that some other time, Suzanne. Or maybe you accidentally hit the button. Anyway, so let me know if you have any questions. You can post them in the chat box and I'll answer them. So, great question, Christy. Am I feeling better? Yes, I am. I am feeling so much better. Oh my gosh. I have just been taking it easy, and I told y'all in my video last night, this like whole new Zen-like thing is serving me very well. And so I am finally, like, I have been well for like a whole week. Oh my gosh. And it's so interesting how you never really appreciate health until you're sick. And so I'm definitely very, very grateful to be feeling so much better. But I have to tell you that today was definitely a very imperfect day. And you know, I was thinking about like what I would mention about this imperfect day. And I think that it is these kinds of imperfect days when you have a plan for how things are supposed to be going in your life. And you work really hard. And I know I'm speaking to someone out there this evening, which is probably why this was placed on my heart. But you think that you have all of the ducks in a row and it's all going to work out beautifully. And then you go for it and you take the leap and it doesn't work out like you planned. And you know, it's in these imperfect moments that I have to rely on my faith and my belief that divine timing is perfect timing, and that although I don't always get what I want just the way that I want it and on the time frame that I want it in, does not mean that it's not on the way. And so, you know, for me, one of the things that I did, like, because there was like just a bunch of like silly stuff that was going on this morning. It's like one after another, and it really kind of turned a day that like I woke up this morning and I was like, oh my gosh, today's awesome. And then like one thing after another started as the day started unfolding, it became a very highly imperfect day. And in those moments, it can really test my will, if you will, to be Zen-like and not completely freak out. And I have to tell you that in this moment of this imperfect day, number one, I allowed myself to cry. And, I have made it very, hopefully, for those of you that have been watching my lives, like very abundantly clear that I am not going to just paint a rosy picture of life. It's just always so perfect and exactly the way that we want it and all that stuff. Because the reality is, that's not real. That is not real. And so I think it's important to have the conversation about like what happens when a day that you thought was going to go so amazingly perfect kind of ends up a little imperfect. And in that moment, I just went outside. Like I literally just went out in my backyard and I started working in the backyard and just kind of taking in everything around me. And it's amazing what some good fresh air will do for you. And also today I had a couple of really inspiring coaching calls with two really exceptional individuals, two amazing women. And so that, of course, always jazzes me up. I love my coaching calls, but with my clients. But gosh, it's amazing what a little fresh air and just looking at the sunshine, and then all of a sudden a storm started to blow in, and then it wasn't really a storm, because that's one of those things that we deal with in Idaho, y'all. For those of y'all that are down south, like we barely have thunderstorms here. Like no tornado, no like tornado sirens. They don't even have those here. We don't even have tornado siren like tests on Wednesdays like we do in Memphis. So so I thought a storm was about to roll in. I was like so excited, and then I realized it was just another Idaho joke on me. Jokes on me. It felt like it, and then nah, not really. So anyways, but that was kind of my perfectly imperfect day. And then speaking of Facebook Lives is the second thing I wanted to talk to you about, which is, as I was in my comfies on the couch, I was like, gosh, it'd be really easy like not to do a Facebook Live tonight, because it has been an imperfect day. And I don't know, like, do I feel like I could really get out there and help someone today? Do I think that I could? And then I actually thought to myself, actually, you, Christy, you popped into my mind. You're like, hey, I love it if you come on at nighttime. And I was like, you know what? Like, I may not have the perfect agenda to talk about tonight, but I feel like when I go live, I have the power to positively impact someone's life, and in a way that only I can do it. And so in order for me to be able to do that for other people, I actually have to show up, regardless of whether or not I feel like it. So I picked myself up off the couch, got my hair out of the messy bun that it's been in, and just stuck my camera out here, and here we go. And I just decided, you know what? Maybe if I'm not feeling it, then I'll just let people ask me some questions, and then I can help them that way. But I make absolutely no bones about the fact that in my book, Unstoppable Influence, I encourage people to go and, if they want to truly find their voice, go do 100 Facebook Lives in 100 days. And so y'all may be seeing a lot of people doing that. And the reason why is that they're trying to find their voice, which is amazing. And what's really interesting is a lot of people are not doing the 100 lives. And almost always they give me the reason, no one wants to watch me for 100 days. Or I don't have anything interesting to say for 100 days. And, and it's interesting, especially when the objection comes from someone that is a person of faith. Because I can speak to people of faith, because I am one. And I always say, look, God has the ability to come and speak through you and use you as a vessel in a way that only he can reach someone else, it may be through you. And so you have to show up, and you have to be willing to share that message. And maybe sometimes this Facebook Live challenge, this 100 videos in 100 days, like maybe it's just not about you. Maybe it's about the other people that get to hear what you have to say. And you know what? Not everyone wants to hear what you have to say. And guess what? They could keep on scrolling. It's not a big deal. There are plenty of people that will start watching me, and then they're going to pop off. They're like, who cares? Look, two people just popped off right now, right when I said that. Probably because they didn't want to do Facebook Lives. No, I'm just kidding. It's dinner time. Kids are running around, whatever. But the bottom line is that you don't worry about who's not watching. How about you worry about who is watching or who might be coming to watch at some later time. That is what this is all about. And so that is why, that is why you should do Facebook Lives. And think about how can you inspire and serve other people. So Karen says, I think she's at 53. Congratulations, Karen. Christy is almost at the 50th, which is awesome. Yeah, and it's hard when you're sick. I remember when I did my 100 videos. Yeah, it's not, there's no rest for the weary. So, I just want to encourage you, for those of you that are reading the book, for those of y'all that have been thinking about doing Facebook Lives, consider how can you serve other people? And sometimes you can just come on and share how you're feeling. And the people that are interested will watch, and the people that aren't will scroll on by. It doesn't matter. It's not a reflection on you. So let's see. Do y'all have any questions for me? I'm going to scroll through these comments here, but I'll stay on for a few more minutes, or maybe y'all just want to hear me just riff. Can I riff? Does that count? I know riffing and singing, but can I just riff, talking? Maybe so. All right. Let's see. Kara, all right. Looks like some other people had some imperfect days too. Yay for divine timing moments, Mary. So awesome. I have all these people that are trying to be on my video. All right. I'm going through these. Sorry, guys. All right. We are going to be coming home for a visit. We don't know yet. October? November? Something like that. And we're going to be doing a live event in Tennessee as well. All right. So let's see. What do you do when you think your calling has changed? That's a great question. And your calling does change. It's scary when that happens. And I think that your calling can change, which is really important because, a lot of people, I think, make this assumption that, you just have one calling for your whole life. And I don't think that I really agree with that. I think that we have callings for different seasons. And so if I get the sense that my calling has changed, I'm always very prayerful about it, honestly. And then because I am a little bit of a doubting Thomas, when I get these feelings like I should be doing something and it's a major change. So what I'll do is I'll always ask for confirmation. And I'll wait to get 3 different types of confirmation. So then I know that it's the right thing. So, when I started writing Unstoppable Influence and started realizing what it was all about, that represented a tremendous change in calling. Because before I was just solely a business and marketing coach. That was it. And, I would sprinkle a little bit of mindset throughout, but it was really, truly scary for me. Like when I was preparing the talks for the Unstoppable Influence Summit last fall, and they were all personal growth and kind of spiritual, I was a little scared. I'm like, is this really what I'm supposed to do? And then sure enough, I asked for confirmation, and person after person of like beta readers and others that started reading the book were like, this book is changing my life. And that's when I realized, and I got confirmation from several different people that, yep, it looks like we're changing direction a little bit. And yeah, we still help some people with business and marketing, but it's primarily personal growth. And so, just be open and be prayerful and always ask for confirmation. That's kind of the key for me. And Denise says, you didn't realize that people worry about going live. Girl, all the time. Now, I've got to tell you, I do love like connecting, like Facebook Lives. I actually love Facebook Lives way better than any other types of videos, mainly because I get to see your feedback. And if you like stuff, then you'll give me hearts. And if you don't, or if you're mad, you'll do frowny faces, or you'll make comments. And it's super fun and a lot more engaging for me versus just, a plain video, because then that's kind of stressful. But yeah, it's a process. And eventually, I've done so many videos now that like it's pretty much second nature, but I definitely prefer doing the Facebook Lives because I can get feedback. Let's see. Kathy says, I said I would do the 100 and I haven't. It seems like I don't feel like I'm camera ready. Girl, write this down. Perfectly imperfect. Perfectly imperfect. No one cares, okay? And no one's going to die by you doing a Facebook Live. It's going to be okay. In fact, it is the imperfections that make you perfectly qualified to share your message. And so here's the thing. Once you're brave and you start going live, watch the number of people in your life that are going to start to, number one, tell you how much you're inspiring them, because they all feel like they maybe have a message to share, but they're too scared to do it. And you're actually helping them to come out of their comfort zone as well. So I would really encourage you, girl, get to it. Start those Facebook Lives. It gets so much easier. And just remember that, like, it's really not about you, girl. It's really not. It's about the people whose lives that you will touch as a result of showing up and speaking out. A fellow named Austin Cleon says the best way to find your voice is to use it. Like, if you want to help the world, you're going to have to use your voice. You're going to have to speak out. Even when you feel like you don't necessarily have something to share. Like, for example, I didn't know what I was going to really talk about when I popped on the camera. I just like invented a title and I was like, I guess I'll just go. And whatever comes to me will come to me. And we get to have this amazing conversation. And I hope that someone will be encouraged to move forward in the 100-day video challenge as a result of me coming on today when honestly, I didn't fully feel like it. But now I do. Now I'm here. I'm like totally happy that I'm on here. So you don't need to be camera ready. You're perfect now. Just go. Rip off the Band-Aid. All right. Hello, Shannon. Beautiful Shannon. Good to see you, girl. All right. Karen, you were in the earlier challenge. And so you already got your completion gift. I'm not going to say what it is for everyone else, but alumni don't get the same thing because you already got it in the first challenge that you participated in. All right. All right. Any other questions? Karen just got a card from her sisters telling her how much she loves her videos. Yeah, because Karen's videos are awesome, and Karen's got an amazing story to tell. And so, you know, you never know who's watching. I actually had a friend, there was one night where it was like, it was really late, and I had committed to doing a certain number of videos, and I was really pretty sure that I was not going to do a video that night. I was really tired. I didn't want to, and it was like 10 o'clock at night. And I kept pulling the nudge, you got to go live. You got to go live. You got to go live. And so I just finally, I went live. And I remember that this person writes to me that I have not seen or spoken with in, gosh, like 10 years, maybe more. And he said, hey, you're not going to believe this. I'm so glad that you went live, because I really, you know, what you said really inspired me, and it really is helping me to understand how I can help someone that I love, that I'm worried about. And so, like, it was really late at night. I hadn't even talked to this person in 10 years. And there you go. I knew right when he said that, I was like, that's so weird. I was totally not going to go live on Facebook. It was really late at night. And he's like, well, I am so glad that you did, because I needed that message. So there are people that you don't even know yet that are counting on you to speak up and speak out. Like, even if you think it's insignificant, it may be the exact thing that that person needs to hear. So don't filter yourself all the time. Like, quit filtering yourself all the time and thinking that it's not important. It's trivial. No one will like it. No one's interesting. I'm boring. Blah, blah, blah. All the different reasons, because that is all, it all starts with the same word, I am boring. I don't know this. I don't know that. Blah, blah, blah. Well, it's not about you most of the time. It's actually about other people who are going to be crossing your path that needs to hear something from you. So I hope that you'll just go out there and do it. All right. So, yeah, Mary, you said that you've been in business for yourself for 8 years, but feel as most of it's been rowing upstream against the current. So, you know, for sure, being in business for yourself, like, it's no easy thing. But swimming up current for 8 years, that would probably tell me that there's something that's misaligned. So, because it shouldn't be that the whole time. And so, yeah, I mean, something like the challenge, Mary, and starting to find your voice. And you're not going to find your voice under a couch cushion or under the table. Like, the way that you're going to find it is by actually using it. And so I would really, really, really encourage you to just test out and see, because maybe you're being called to do something else and something different in this season, but you won't know if you're just sitting and waiting for lightning to strike. Like, you actually have to start taking action and taking note of what feels good, what flows easily. What are people saying? Oh yeah, I love that you do this, Mary. Like, those are the kinds of things that need to start taking place, and you will start to get closer to probably what it is that you're supposed to be doing. That's just my guess. All right. Oh, Sarah's been holding off on the lives too. So apparently today's video is all about calling y'all on the carpet and telling you to go out there and do your dang Facebook Lives. Magical stuff is going to happen, and amazing things are going to start coming out of the woodwork. Christy said it's just so filled up by all the people that are saying that she's inspiring them to step outside of their comfort zone as well. And it's not surprising, because Christy is crushing it with these videos. And so who is waiting to be inspired by you? Like, quit making them wait. Get out there. All right. It is fun. I do feel like it's social hour. I love it. Yeah, so Ronnie says, many of the topics I think are great get no response, and that ones where I ramble on are the ones that people tell me they needed to hear. Here's the thing. No response is all relative. Like, let's reframe that, because I'm going to tell you the number of people that, like, 5 months, 6 months down the line are like, hey, Natasha, you know, that video that you did on XYZ, like, it was really profound, and it, like, totally changed my life. And I'm like, and I'm thinking to myself, like, I've never once seen you on one of my Facebook Lives. You never liked, you've never commented. So you had, like, really, like, when no response does not mean that people didn't watch it or see it or consume it. So, so be careful in judging yourself on that, because it may actually not be the case. Some people are just kind of, and I say this lovingly and totally joking, they're lurkers. They're lurkers. They're like, I'm not going to tell anyone that I was on this. I don't want to like this. Ooh, Natasha was talking about like a really touchy subject. So like, I don't want anyone to know that, like, you know, I needed to hear that message. And that's totally fine. Like, you know what? I hope that I inspire so many people that don't comment and whatever, because I don't need that validation. I come in with what I think people need to hear, or that someone needs to hear, because I'm not trying to be all things to all people. I just want to be someone to somebody. And that is, and I'm going to tell you, there are so many times when I'll talk, give a talk, and I'll like totally just feel like I need to go in one direction. And I usually start that by saying, well, I wasn't going to go into this, but I feel like someone needs to hear this. So here we go. And I'll just talk. And then sure enough, that someone comes up to me afterwards and is like, hey, that's someone. And then usually there's a few more people that are like, yeah, I need to hear that too. So don't be judgmental on the amount of responses. Don't let it get you down, because I promise you, more people are watching than commenting and liking and sharing. What kind of time frame should Facebook Lives be on our public profile? 3 minutes or 15 minutes? Here's the thing, Patty. Let me tell you, I really, I think that, like, for purposes of the Facebook Live challenge, to do the 100 Facebook Lives in 100 days, like, you just go, like, until you're done saying what it is that you want to say. Now, the experts will say, well, you should never do it more than 3 minutes, or you should do blah, blah, blah. Like, here's the reality. The people that want to watch it are going to watch it, and the people that aren't. And so, like, I'm not going to, if I have something to say, like, this is going a little bit longer than I was planning on it, but the reality is I can see that y'all want to know this stuff. So I'm talking to the people that are on here right now and are engaged in this and want to hear more. And I'm not going to sit there and look at my clock. So just be done when you're done, and don't worry about it. Now, you know, maybe not like an hour long or 30 minutes, but like one thing you have to know is that like Facebook goes out as soon as you go live, and they are going out to like tell people, hey, Patty's live. And so there's a little bit of a delay. So like if you make it too short, you may be off of the live before like anyone even gets on. So just keep that in mind as well. All right. Geez, and I was thinking I need to do another live. You and your divine timing. I know, right? You love the way that works? Yeah. You know, here's the thing. You know, Solidel, she says, I overthink what to say. I write it down, but it's so long and I have a hard time cutting it down short, so I don't do it. Why don't you try just jotting down a couple of ideas and then trusting yourself? Just trust yourself. Like, don't feel like you have to have an entire monologue memorized. Like right now, like I rarely ever have notes. The only times I have some notes are when I'm doing my Facebook Lives in the 21-day challenge, which, by the way, starts on June. The next one starts on June 3rd, unstoppableinfluence.com/challenge if you have not joined yet. That one I do take a few notes because I want to make sure that I'm covering some specific topics, but I don't have it all perfectly orchestrated So a lot of times that over preparation, it ends up actually being a lot more ego instead of a lot more intuition and inspiration. So allow yourself the ability to be inspired. You have the ability to think on your feet. And if you don't know what to say, just like pause. Just pause. Like if you forget what you're going to say, like just tell people, you know what? I totally forgot what I was going to say. And then just like invent something else to talk about. Like I do it all the time. And you know what? It makes you more relatable. All right. Paige says I'm watching people's older videos months later and they are amazing and I feel like a creeper. It's totally good. It's totally good. You know, I mean, I think there's just a reason why we end up being drawn to certain people's videos. Like there's like a lesson in there that we're supposed to know. So let's see. All right. So I've had kind of an if you're just joining me now, I was having a little impromptu ask me anything. We ended up really focusing on Facebook Lives today and what an amazing and powerful tool they are to share our message with the world, and that we probably don't need to be planning them out as much as you may be, and just letting the inspiration flow. So that is what we're gonna wrap up with tonight. But one thing that I wanted to remind y'all of, tomorrow is a big day. Tomorrow I am going to be hosting a web class with none other than the Bob Berg. I am so excited. This man is the co-author of the Go Giver series, a great business, a series of business books. I love the fact that that Bob and his co-author have written a business book in the form of a parable. I've read all of his books in one sitting, like each book in one sitting, because they're so easy to digest. And so this one is called the Go Giver Influencer, and I'm going to be asking him questions about my favorite topic on the planet, influence. And so I would really encourage all of y'all to sign up for this web class. It's totally free. I'm not going to be emailing you a bunch of stuff. Just go to unstoppableinfluence.com/Bob. You will then be taken to the place to go register. We go live at 11 a.m. Mountain Time. That's 1 p.m. Eastern. It's 10 a.m. Pacific Time. So I'm really excited. Bob is a legendary speaker. He is, he's the one that inspired the Go Giver Award. His book, The Go Givers, inspired our annual award. It's called the Go Giver Award. And so like the fact that I get to like be on a web class and asking him questions is freaking amazing. It's like a dream come true. So please join me, and you can register at unstoppableinfluence.com/Bob. That is what I've got for y'all this evening. Oh, awesome, Sherry. Good. Well, we'll look forward to seeing you. That's what I've got. So I'm going to sign off right now, and y'all have a great night. And please just observe how light it still is. Absolutely unbelievable. Unbelievable. That's the fun part about living in Idaho, for sure. And yes, Paige, it will be available on replay, but make sure that you register, because I think that's how I'm going to send out the replay. All right? Okay. Y'all have a good night, and I will see you soon. Bye.